Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Accidental Beauty. If you're new, I don't normally look like this. Today, as you can see from the title, this is actually the last look in my 10 Plagues series, so if you missed the other ones, I'd love it if you could check out the other ones because, yeah, this is the finale. But if you have been following along the journey, I really appreciate that. This is my representation of the last of the 10 Plagues, בכורות, which loosely translates to Death of the Firstborn. I kind of took a bit of a more like interpretive approach, so this is kind of more of like an Angel of Death type look, Angel of Death inspired look. So if you guys want to see how I did this, then please keep on watching. So I'm just gonna give a little bit of an intro about this project. Again, if you've seen this in my other videos, and just skip this part. Long story short, I noticed there was a bit of a gap in the sort of YouTube, social media makeup world. Okay, so a bit of background about me. I am an observant Jew, and I love makeup. Pretty much all you need to know about me. And what I noticed is you don't often see too many creative makeup looks that use Jewish kind of traditional religious like symbolism, I guess. So like, for example, during Christmas, you see tons and tons of Christmas themed makeup looks. You see like reindeer, you see candy canes, you see Santa, you see elves, like all of that stuff. Halloween, same thing. You see like pumpkins, you see like Day of the Dead stuff, you know, things like that, or even just lots and lots of costumes. For some reason, like, I'm sure there are tons of Jewish makeup artists, but I don't see a lot of that stuff coming from them around the Jewish holidays. And certain holidays in particular, there's a lot that you can do creatively. So I thought I would step into that gap and do something fun. Not saying that there isn't that at all. Like, I have seen a couple Jewish makeup artists or makeup enthusiasts do that, but it's very, very uncommon. Because I identified a niche area that hasn't been explored too much, I figured I would step up to the plate and try it out myself. I wanted to pay tribute, I guess, to honor the holiday of Passover, which is coming up this year at the end of March. And I thought, because I'm just too ambitious sometimes for my own good, I thought, why don't I create 10 different makeup looks, and each one will represent a different, will represent each of the 10 plagues. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the story of Passover, long story short, I've got like my notes here just so I like remember to say everything that I want to say. Okay, Jews were slaves in Egypt there's like somewhere between 200 and 400 years, a little unclear like exactly how long. And this was during the time of the pharaohs, so, you know, a long time ago. So Moses, or Moshe in Hebrew, who ended up becoming the Jewish leader at the end of the Passover story, pleaded with Pharaoh to let the Jews go free from slavery. Context, Moses had grown up with that Pharaoh. He had been adopted by the previous Pharaoh, i.e. like the father of current pharaoh at the time. He was raised as a member of the royal household until he learned of his Jewish parentage. Long story there. Watch the Prince of Egypt. Moses said, "Let my people go." Pharaoh refused. This happened numerous times. Every time that Pharaoh refused, God punished the Egyptians. Each of those times was a different plague against the Egyptian people. So the plagues are as follows. Blood, frogs. It's like very confusing for me to do this in English because normally I say them in Hebrew. So let's see if I can. Okay, so blood, frogs, lice, like wild animals, livestock disease, boils, hail, locusts, darkness, and like slaying of the firstborn children. So in Hebrew, Dam Tzvardea Kini Marav Dever Shrin Barad Arbe Choshech Makat Bechorot. So that's pretty much everything you need to know. And then just for each video, I'll kind of explain a little bit more in depth what each plague actually entailed. And essentially for the series, some of the plagues I took kind of more literally and did kind of like a literal depiction of what the plague was. Some of them I was a bit more creative, took a bit more artistic license, kind of depended on the nature of the plague and how easy it was to execute on my face. Couple disclaimers, I am not a professional makeup artist, as I mentioned. I am completely self-taught, and I'm just starting to get into special effects makeup, so literally this is like the first time that I'm trying a lot of these sort of techniques and products, so I apologize in advance if I don't do a good job, or, you know, if there are things that I could have done better. Because I'm not professionally trained, so I don't know. If there's something that I could have done better, feel free to comment below, but like, please be nice. And one more thing, as with all of my videos, I list all of the products and tools that I use in the description box below. So if you have any questions about what I'm using, that's where to find them. If I miss something, feel free to comment and I will update it for you. And now I'm going to talk about the plague for this video specifically. For the last plague, this is the slaying of the firstborn son or children, depending on how you translate. Every single firstborn son or child, depending on how you translate it, of the Egyptians died spontaneously. Before this plague, God told Moses to tell the Jewish people to basically mark around their doorpost in lamb's blood, like indicating that this is a Jewish home. And then God or the angel of death, depending on like kind of what source you look at, passed over those marked houses, didn't touch them, they were safe. And that's where the name Passover comes from. For this video, I kind of turned myself into like a very Halloween inspired angel of death, so just kind of like a bloody skull situation. And with that said, let's just get on to the rest of the video. All right, I am a little nervous to do this because I haven't really worked with special effects makeup before, and I am going to be attempting probably the most, one of the most intense looks in this series as my first one, but if I mess up, I can always do it again, though hopefully I won't have to. Okay, just brushing my brows up. My skin does not look happy. All right, so I'm gonna start off by gluing my brows down. I don't know if I should set this with powder. I think my makeup should cover it. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to set this with powder. I'll just give it a second to dry down. And maybe just wipe off the excess. So I will do that, and then I'll be back to continue. All right, I have wiped off the excess and I'm back now. I'm gonna try and make this as simple for myself as possible. So I'm using the Ben Nye Master Cream Palette, or Creme Palette. Looks like that. This is what it looks like. And we've got refillable pans in here, but I don't know how to actually, oh, you can get them out. Okay, they're just stuck in here. Cool, very cool. All right, and then it comes with a little brush, like a flat brush, which I don't know if we're going to use today. I'm going to start with a brush, but I might just end up switching to a sponge. We will see. I'm only going to do about half my face or so in white. And then, yeah, we're just going to work in layers. Yeah, I'm going to leave spaces around my eyes. Okay, yeah, I think, I don't even know what the best way is to apply this. You know what? Let's just switch to maybe a sponge. I'm going to have to work in layers for sure. But it actually provides pretty decent coverage. I'm just wearing an old t-shirt just in case I make a mess, because I don't know how messy this stuff is. Might have to take out my nose ring just temporarily. Okay, I think I probably built it up to about as intense or opaque as it's gonna get. I personally would like a little bit more opacity, but I think this is about it. Okay, let's do the bottom part of my face. Alright, so I'm gonna go into the red now, which looks like that. Just a red. I think I might just use another edge of the sponge, just because I don't have too many of these. Might end up mixing another color in here because it's a little bright. I was hoping for something maybe a little darker. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna mix a custom color because I'm not happy with this one. And I'm just using a mixing palette from Sephora. Okay, I'm gonna take some of the shade Cinnamon, which is kind of a bit more orangey. It's not really what I'm going for. Oh wait, sorry, that one's orange, never mind. And maybe I'll mix a little, like a tiny bit of brown in here. I'm using about equal parts of the red, the orange, and cinnamon, which is brown. Trying to get like a little bit of the brighter red in here, but kind of working with like a deep blood red, which I think is going to be okay. Plus I've got like the excess that I've just wiped off on here. So I think it'll be all right. Yeah, it's very thick. I think that's all right. And now I'm just kind of blending where the white meets the red. I want it to be very seamless, kind of like an ombre effect. Kind of getting a nice gradient. Might have to go over the white just a little bit. I think my mouth I'm just gonna leave for now. So I realize it's really splotchy over here, so I'm just gonna fix that real quick. I might have to go over these with another coat. I'm hoping I won't have to, but that might be a possibility. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the eyes. And I almost want to try using a brush. Maybe, you know what? I think I'm gonna use the brush that they included. Even though it's not really the right shape. It's very crunchy. But I need to be precise with this, so I think this might be a good call. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip into the black, which you know what black makeup looks like, so I don't have to show you. Ugh, I got a little paint in my eye and my eye's not having it right now. Let's do the nose. So I'm gonna kind of do like a triangle over here, kind of on the tip. It doesn't look the best because I have other paint on underneath. Let's see if I can build this up to be a bit more opaque. Let's go bring this down to the tip of my nose, or like the bottom part of my nose. Yeah, that looks better. Just to kind of really cancel out these areas and make it look like, you know, there's no skin and cartilage over here. It's a little lopsided. Okay, I'm gonna stop because it's already getting a little too high. Let's see if I can fix this a little bit. And that's red paint. Alright, so I actually think I should extend the black a little bit further out. So I'm just going to do that first. And I want to just go over the outside of my eyes in white. Now I've got like a little bit of red mixed into this, which I'm not thrilled about. Let's leave that for now. Use the same brush, and I'm gonna go back into, I think maybe just the red. Like I like that mixture that I had, but I think I might just go into like pure red. So I am going to trace around the perimeter of my face, stopping where the red and the white meet, and this is essentially gonna symbolize when the Jewish people painted like blood around their doorposts, and that was to signify that it was a Jewish house and God passed over those houses and spared them, hence where the name Passover comes from. So I'm just gonna do this in red, even though it's a lot brighter and lighter than the red down here. I think it'll be okay. And just to be precise, I'm going to use that flat brush that I just used. And this is going to get all in my hair. Oh yeah, that is too light. Not a fan of that red. Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to mix that color again. You know what, I'm just going to bring this right into the red. I think that'll kind of transition more seamlessly, even though it is kind of weird looking. I actually have, okay. I'm going to move on to probably the most challenging part. Okay, let's just go in. I probably should have used a smaller brush, but I don't know, let's see. So I'm going to just outline the teeth. I think I'm just going to do straight lines first, and then I'll shape them after. You know what, I'm going to switch to a smaller brush. I think I've got one over here. Okay, yeah, this brush is getting too big. I need to be more precise. I think I'm just going to map, okay, roughly like that. And now I'm going to shape my teeth. I'm kind of following a tutorial just to kind of try and get the right shape for this. So I'm following Brianna Fox's tutorial, which she was following Crispy's tutorial. So anyways, if you're interested, let's just paint the areas that aren't gonna be teeth. Probably should just use black lipstick for this. So this will just cancel it out. I might just drag the teeth a little bit lower. Okay, and then let's see, I think these teeth should go a little bit lower. I don't know. I never studied anatomy, so this probably won't be the most accurate. I tried something, it didn't work, so I took off the area kind of like on the outside of my face and then just redid it. I hope it doesn't look too splotchy. Let's work on the teeth. I need another brush. I'm gonna use another tiny brush and hopefully I can try and get the white opaque enough to paint the teeth. Next time I definitely map this out better because the red is getting on my white face paint. But from far away you can't really tell. So basically I have to just wipe off my brush in between each dip into the paint. Don't think I should have gone so high with the space in between. So like I'll have to go like to bring my lips awkwardly together to get the teeth to touch. Like, so next time I think I'd bring the bottom teeth a little higher. Okay, that looks all right. I don't know. Yeah, and we are almost done. Okay, let's see if I can bring the whites of the teeth higher because I'm just really unhappy with that part. Let me just make these a bit more white and not reddish white. Next time I would definitely leave space for these. Yeah, so we are almost done. I think I want to set this with powder first and then I will do the final touch. And that was a bad idea. Looks like some of my white face paint transferred, maybe? Which is not what it's supposed to do. But I think the parts that I need to be set are set. So I'm going to use some Ben Nye Stage Blood. This one is actually flavored. It's minty. I'm going to drip that under my eyes. Basically, where the white and the red mix, I'm going to kind of do like tears almost, but they're going to start like around that area. And I'm going to try and make tears. Okay, so that is the look finished, and I'm just gonna try and figure out how to dress up for this, and then I'll be back to show you the final look. All right, so that's this look. That's the series completed. I'm just wearing a black hoodie because I can't find my black hooded robe, which is a little unfortunate, so just ignore these white ties. I just tried to make the hood as tight as possible so you're really just focusing on the makeup. So yeah, gotta invest in some better stuff. Our stuff is kind of all over the place right now, so that's why I can't find my hood. I know it's somewhere, but Anyways, you don't really see too many like Jewish themed makeup looks. And I'm trying to get more into special effects makeup, so this was kind of my foray into that. And yeah, I just wanted to do kind of something different this year and just really step up my game. So I hope I delivered. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are special effects makeup artists, or if you guys just, dabble in special effects makeup, feel free to leave tips below because I have no clue what I'm doing. And this was all just an experiment, so I know I definitely messed up along the way. So if you have any tips, I'd love to hear them. This was the conclusion to my 10 Plagues Passover makeup series. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to go back and watch the other ones, even though really, hopefully you did see the other ones, but if you haven't seen them, I really encourage you to go back and watch them. I'll just link them up here, and I'll also link the playlist below so you can check those out. For all my fellow Jews who are going to be celebrating Passover, Chag Kasher V'Sameach, happy Passover, and I'll see you guys next time.